Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream happening every Thursday at 4 o'clock. So, we are streaming. I'm streaming to several Facebook pages, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can, from wherever you're watching, you can comment. I can see your comments, put them on the screen. So please let me know where you're coming in from, what location, what platform. I'd love to hear from you. And this is both during the live stream and also during the replay. So, my friends, let's get into it and talk about the astrological news. So, we've got the sun in the sign of Virgo, and a happy birthday to all of my Virgo friends. Happy birthday to Paul Hostica. Today is your birthday, and his wife is later in the month. So, thank you, everyone, for watching. And I want to let you know a little bit about the Virgo moon. So, Virgos, if you know any Virgos, they tend to be very analytical and practical and organized people. They're very loyal, service oriented. So, on the downside, they can tend to be perfectionists sometimes. Sometimes they overthink, or they can be very self-critical, and sometimes it's hard for them to relax. So those are some of the qualities of the sign of Virgo. And so as we're in this time of the year where the sun's in the sign of Virgo, it's a great time to get practical, to analyze, where we're at, to get organized even. I'm cleaning out some closets and getting rid of some old clothes. And it does feel good to kind of like revamp, get rid of the stuff that no longer serves us so we can clear the clutter and make way for the new. So we are in the waxing phase of the moon. We had the new moon on August 23rd, and we have not only a full moon, but it's a total lunar eclipse full moon. So it's happening on Sunday, the 7th at 2 o'clock and 8 minutes after 2:08 p.m. Eastern time. So it's in the sign of Pisces, which is a water sign. So be on the lookout for some extremities when it comes to a lot of water or not enough water, especially around the time of this full moon. And lunar eclipse. So we won't be able to see it from North America. Who will be able to see it are the people that are in Asia, Australia, Europe, and Africa. And the totality lasts, when it's fully covered with a um, um, full moon is covered by the shadow of the earth. It will happen for 83 minutes, which is one of the longer total lunar eclipses that we've had in recent years. So the sign of Pisces is known as the zodiac's final sign. It's the 12th sign, and it's deeply intuitive, emotional, imaginative, and very spiritual. So keep those qualities in mind with the Virgo practicality energies as well as you're considering this full moon lunar eclipse and working with this energy. This moon is also known as the corn or the harvest moon because this is a time of the year that people who have farms would be harvesting. And yeah, so that's what's going on with the full moon. So it's happening on Sunday. And in my tip of the week, I have a little suggestion of something to do during the full moon lunar eclipse happening up. And the big deal about lunar eclipses is they're like the triple the power of a regular full moon. So it's like a really intense full moon. And, depending on where it hits in your chart and this kind of thing, it will determine how impactful it is to you, but it's also our attention to it as well. So, I always love to use the information to my benefit so that I can, ride the wave and not get, crashed by it. So, if we know how the energies are, we can work with them a little bit better. So, that's a little bit about the astrology as far as what's going on with the sun and the moon. Now, let's switch over to UFO UAP disclosure. So, the big news, which I told you about last week, is that we've got the UAP public hearing that's scheduled for September 9th and it's going to be at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And the cool thing with this new program that I'm hosting called Disclosure Dialogues, I will be live streaming the public hearing, and we'll have some pre hearing and post hearing commentary with some Citizens for Disclosure state coordinators. So mark your calendars for this historic event. This disclosure dialogues, we just started this back in August, was our first episode, and you can actually watch the first episode here at this tiny URL. Now, what I can tell you about this next episode, we are doing it live, so it's very exciting. And here are the witnesses that will be presenting on the 9th at the UAP forum. Jeffrey Nicatelli, he's a U.S. Air Force veteran. Then there's Chief Alejandro Wiggins, who is a UAP witness. George Knapp, he's a UAP journalist. I'm sure you've seen him on the podcast Weaponized with Jeremy Corbell. And also Dylan Borland, he's a UAP witness and also a U.S. Air Force veteran. So those are the witnesses that will be testifying, four of them that we know about. There might be some last minute changes, you never know. So this is something that will be kind of live streaming. So watch it with us. Just go to good-vibes.tv and you'll see it live. We will be going live at 9:30 in the morning. So about half an hour before the hearings actually start. We will be showing all of the hearings and then just doing commentary when there are some lulls in the action. So I hope you join us and really enjoy this watching history being made. So one thing I'd like to share with you, Danny Sheehan, he is the constitutional lawyer and president of the New Paradigm Institute, which is the organization that hosts Citizens for Disclosure. And so he has a new podcast out. I've told you about this the last couple of weeks, but just in case you missed it, or if you're new to watching, wanted to let you know how you get to it. It's a tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Sheehan podcast. And that's SHEEHAN podcast. And that's all lowercase. So that's how you can get to these new podcasts. And Danny is such a wealth of information. You will love listening to this podcast. So I've already told you, I think, about Citizens for Disclosure. And so if you do want to join and be part of the Citizens for Disclosure, all you have to do is go to the newparadigminstitute.org and sign up there. You can sign up just for the newsletter, or you could sign up to volunteer, and then you get to learn about which phone calls to make. We do campaigns with the phone, with emails to our congresspeople, and it's really been a very educational experience and fun to get with people from all over the country who care about this UAP subject. And just to let you know, with um, my participation with the New Paradigm Institute, I'm going to be hosting a series called Galactic Good Vibes, where I'm going to be doing some interviews with some experiencers, people who have had experiences, firsthand experiences with different ET people, craft, and this kind of thing. So that's going to be exciting. I'm in the beginning phases of getting that done, but that will be coming up soon. So join us on the 9th for our coverage of the live public hearings. That's going to be very exciting to watch. And yeah, I hope, it just continues with more and more disclosure. But one of the things that I've read and seen is that a lot of people say the disclosure is going to happen from a grassroots level, like from the people that are communicating with the ET already. So those are the people that I'm hoping to interview and get to know on the Galactic Good Vibes series on Good Vibes TV. Okay, so let's get into the Oracle of the month. Every month I like to play with a different Oracle or Tarot deck, and this month's deck is the Trust Your Vibes Oracle, and this is by Sonia Choquette, who has several books out on trusting your vibes. And let me share with you the screen. Let's see here. Here is the cover of the book. It's a 50 card deck with a guidebook, and that's what the inside looks like. It says reconnect to your inner guidance. So I just wanted to show some of the cards so you can see what the colors look like. So there's the artwork is very, colorful and cheerful, and this is kind of what the deck looks like. So I just started playing with it myself just a couple of days ago, and yeah, just wanted to show you some of the pictures that are on this deck. So as I shuffle this deck, let's see if there's any comments or questions. If there's a question that you would like to ask this deck, throw it in there. If can see it in the next couple of minutes here, we can ask the cards, ask Spirit these questions by using this divination tool. So let's ask Spirit, what message do you have for us at this time, whether you're watching live or on the replay? And the card I am getting, oh, this is perfect. New beginnings, number 42. And there's a butterfly there and some caterpillars. Yeah, I was just getting a little annoyed that some of my plants were getting eaten by caterpillars. And I'm like, well, wait a second. Butterflies need to eat too. The caterpillars are just the butterflies that haven't evolved yet. So I'm like, there's plenty of food for the butterflies and me. So no worries. All right, new beginnings. It is time to leave the old life behind and focus on implementing new ideas and new connections into your life. Don't overthink or ask the wrong people for their opinion. This will only create roadblocks for you. Excuse me. This will only create roadblocks on your path. Those who genuinely love and support you will naturally cheer on your growth and change. If you are open to new opportunities, the universe will meet you halfway and bring them to you in unexpected ways. Do not cling to outworn ideas or old versions of yourself that you are no longer the person you used to be. The doors to a brand new future are wide open and inviting you in. Trust this opportunity and venture forward confidently. You will evolve beyond your wildest expectations. A new beginning. So that's perfect because we've been talking about how we're in this new phase. As we're clearing out the clutter, we've had all these different portals happen. The 828, the lunar eclipse. We had a new moon that happened at the end of August, which is new beginnings there, but also getting ready for this big lunar eclipse. And eclipses are times of big change, and changes new beginnings, letting go of the old and starting the new. So I love this card because it does have the different phases of the butterfly. And, yeah, the caterpillars need to eat so they can become the butterflies. And there's that process that we go through. So that is the message. So, yeah, think about what new beginnings you'll be starting as we go into the new season of autumn that we're going to be coming into later this month. And yeah, we'll be talking a little bit more about that. So let's now talk about not Sonia Choquette's, but spiritual activism. I always have a little place in the show about spiritual activism and what that means. So, yeah, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of changes happening. And, we're in a situation where we, the people, do govern and have impact and influence. So, there are many ways to do it, from peaceful protesting, and there are a bunch of peaceful protests happening all over the country. But something that we can always do every day, and this is suggested by Pamela Gregory, who's an astrologer from the UK, is to meditate daily. Sundays for sure every week, but daily if you can do it. And this is at 2 o'clock Eastern time, p.m. Eastern time, for just 15 minutes. And this is a meditation where we're just sending light and love to the planet for just those 15 minutes, putting that focus in, sending that energy out, sending love and light to the planet, to wherever you feel you're led to doing it. And just do that for 15 minutes. And as we all are putting our attention on that, we're actually changing the energy of the planet. So this is something that I just want to encourage us to do. And as we do it, we're connecting on that energetic level, which is very special. So let's now talk about longevity with light. Every month, I do a special program that is about the LifeWave patches, which are for longevity. And every month, we do talk about a different patch. And this next month, or this month, in about was it a week, um, or 2 weeks. I don't know, whenever September 11th is. I guess it's, yeah, so it'll be next week. We'll be doing this longevity with light, and we're going to be talking about the Silent Nights patch, which is for sleep. It helps elevate melatonin for deeper and longer sleep. It's a natural sleep aid. It decreases snoring, fosters relaxation, no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, safe, effective, and non addictive, like a lot of those sleeping pills are. So if you want to join us, all you have to do is go to this tiny URL.com/longevity sept 2025. So longevity with a capital L, September with capital SEPT, and then 2025. And that'll get you registered. You'll get the email reminders. And it's a webinar that we do that's only 30 minutes long. So I want to make sure that you are invited. And, especially if you want to learn about some ways to help you sleep better. And sleep is so important because that's when our body heals. And if we don't get enough sleep, then our body's not going to have that time to heal. So, very important. All right, let's now talk about tips to raise your vibration. So, last week's tip of the week was to bless your water before you drink it. So, this is something I'm also practicing. I have never been really good about blessing my food or my water. But when you do, we energetically change the water. And as we're blessing the water and drinking it, and it flushes through our body and then goes out and back into the circulation of water on our planet, according to Pam Gregory, a channel she heard from Archangel Raphael, said that when if 35% of the people on the earth bless their water, that we would get to unity consciousness a lot faster. So that kind of spurred this tip of the week to raise our vibrations. So check it out and continue to do it. Add it to your practices. As you find ones that you enjoy and like to do to raise your vibration. So, this week's tip of the week is in coordination with the lunar eclipse, and it is to encourage you to meditate and journal during the lunar eclipse. Now, I've already said that the lunar eclipse is on Sunday at 2 o'clock, and any eclipse, it's great always to do it around that time. But if you can't do it exactly at that time, we really have the energy of the full moon or lunar eclipse 2 to 3 days, 2 days before and 2 days after. So you almost have a 5 day window there that you can really get into doing this meditation and also journaling. Now, I have a couple of prompts for you that you can use while you're journaling after you do this meditation during the total eclipse. So, one prompt that you can use is, what am I ready to release as I move into autumn? So, what am I ready to release as I move into autumn? The next journal prompt you can use is, who or what do I need to forgive to lighten my emotional load? Who or what do I need to forgive to enlighten my emotional load? And finally, what excites me about the rest of the year? What excites me about the rest of the year? So, those are the prompts to use as you meditate and journal during the lunar eclipse full moon this Sunday or sometime this weekend. Let me know in the comments how it worked out for you, what kind of insights you received, and how it's been helpful to raise your vibration. So, I want to thank you all for watching tonight. And today, rather, it's not tonight yet, but today or whenever you watch this program, I hope was helpful to raise your vibration. Remember, this is, the only thing we have control of is ourselves and where we place our attention. Are we placing that attention on the lower vibrating things or higher vibrating things? When we shift to the higher vibrating things, we bring like things to support that into our world. And that's how we create through the law of attraction. So I want to encourage you to do that. See what you can manifest this beautiful weekend with the total lunar eclipse. May you have great changes happen in your life. And I will see you next week. Peace out, everyone.